I'm saying no. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and low marquee until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up. Boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch. Get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit. Why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they in some gang shit. Nigga, you's a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you's a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
Tell him free to act. Dealing free a rat. You know he told how you sleep with.
Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast coming to y'all tonight, man, with a special week 8. You know, week 9.
Nina,
I'm already faded. It's the end of the night. I'm already faded, man. You know, I've been smoking all day, man. You know, chilling. Had a laid back day. You know, we on week 9 matchup talk and questions and answers. Heart2Start Fantasy Football Podcast. You know who we are. We got Brody Cortez right there, a.k.a. the other guy, Champ.
Hey,
Champ
bro, shout out to you, bro, for the intro video. That shit fire, though. Shout out.
That shit is fire.
Hey, and you
know,
our
in-house production team.
That shit rock hard.
Too.
Hey, and you know what? It's going to get better. I've been telling everybody to send me clips because I could just change it instantly. You know what I mean? We got all types of clips, and you know,
because we fly as bird shit and we ain't no cats.
Hey, matter of fact, go ahead. Hey, we got, you know how it is, man. Bogard, the GMM network in the building, man. Bogard, tell them where you at. Tell them who you is, man.
Everybody, we need the horns like on the Nori shit.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm just happy to be alive, bro. Because you know when I'm alive, I get to do fly shit like be on the Heart2Start Fantasy Football Podcast, bro. And, man, you can find me at the with the Rum Boys, or you can find me at the GMM Network. Everything, you know what I mean. And right now, I'm with the fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas.
And appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, you know what? We appreciate you because, you know, I just hit you today like, hey, bro, you want to jump on, man? JD can't make it tonight, even if he was here, you know. But I'm like, you want to jump on?
I got activated from the practice squad. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
listen.
fresh.
You know, he an honorary member. He like the fourth Migo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, bro.
I'm like the dude from Philly. What's his name? I'm like the what's boy's name with the purple hair? I'm like Uzi Vert to the Migos. I'm that guy.
You gotta get yourself somebody better than Uzi. Uzi hard.
I'm just saying because he's the fourth Migo. You know what I mean?
Nah, I got you. You more like you like the boss we invited. You know, it's like Birdman and Master P having a meeting.
He like Kevin Hall or Scott Nash when they was NWO.
Can I be Scott Hall? He was the guy that was faded all the time. Let me be that
guy. The hardest working man, bro.
Say hello to the bad guy.
You for sure the wolf pack when you pull up.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, look. If y'all don't know by now, you know, we bringing y'all the week matchups, but this is something we're going to do every Wednesday. But every now and then we will be able to have Bogard on. But when we don't, y'all subscribe to his channel on YouTube, bro. He's giving y'all content every day. And you like to hear different opinions. So you can hear our opinions and our facts, but you might want a second opinion. Go listen to his too, bro. I listen to his podcast. JD listen to his podcast. We all do.
Appreciate y'all.
You know that's
this is a funny motherfucker right here. So if you want to laugh and get your info, this motherfucker got all the nicknames.
We're gonna have a good time.
Y'all gonna hear some nicknames tonight for sure. We got hey, Uzi got gas though. Hey,
I got
everything. Out of all the young boys out of this shit, I fuck with Uzi the most. I fuck with Uzi, but I fuck with Uzi the most out of the young weird niggas.
Bogey got real isms, y'all. Hey, he from that Bay Area, not too far from Sacramento, and actually Kurt from Frisco, so I ain't gonna throw this back card on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with both. I've been fucking with 33rd lately. So
oh yeah, man.
Both.
Hey, I like my uncle say, man, the earth is my turf, man.
I love that.
I'm from all
Cameron
over,
and paid the fool. Cameron and paid the fool. That nigga was like, I'm from Brooklyn, Queens, uptown, downtown, Switzerland.
Everywhere, bro. Don't ask me. Hey, you know what I mean?
Get up off my stoop, B.
Hey, get off my
stoop. Go that way, B.
Go that way, B.
But yeah, man, like I said, we gonna bring y'all this, switch it up a little bit and have matchup talk. Wednesday, Thursday during the week. We'll have the Heart2Start Saturdays, and you can definitely always catch us in the comments with Robbie and the Run Boys and Bogard on there on their Friday nights. You know what I mean? Really, every night they got something for you. You know what I mean? For sure.
And you know what's crazy too is like, man, we need to start like constantly like interchanging. You know what I mean? Like, and bringing y'all on. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what we got to keep doing, bro. Like, our community is lit, bro. Like, it's fucking awesome, bro. That's why you could call me anytime.
Oh yeah, bro. You already know we talk all air, man.
Yeah, bro. Like,
you pretty much family from that. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And I fuck with y'all
because of that, man. Like, we all have a passion for this. It's not just a common denominator thing. It's really like, it's game recognized game. Like, I love fucking with y'all because y'all got the isms for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like JD said, man, we the people's podcast, man. We was born in it, bred in it, and we just giving it to you the same way we do, man. Kicking back, talking shit, swallowing spit. You know what I mean? But look, let's jump.
He been with us for too long. He already finished in the isms, the
Bro, don't blame me. Blame the universe, bro. This is
hey, Bogard likes to say he paints narratives. So in this show, y'all gonna hear some narratives because even though we live on YouTube, we do have listeners on iTunes and whatnot. So we're gonna try to paint y'all a picture of what's going on the visual, or y'all can go over to YouTube and check us out on the video. You know what I mean? Yes. But let's jump into some week 9 matchups. And let's jump with the Thursday night game. Green Bay, Frisco.
Could this be a Monday night game?
Who's going to play, bro?
Who's going to play?
Is this possibly a Monday night game?
Hey, I was in the comments on the Run Boys Network tonight, and I said, is Green Bay a mandatory start no matter who your defense is this week?
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, you did. And I argued it because what was your other one? Baltimore.
But my argument now is there's no wide receivers. Who's playing?
Bro, they just cut Pettis. That's crazy. Now they need him.
And Pettis got picked up too. So
who you get picked up by? I didn't see that.
Someone said in the comment. I forgot earlier.
Okay.
But like
Trent Taylor. Yeah. I guess you have to go Trent Taylor, Jordan Reed if you want to play some Niners and you're desperate.
I like Smelly Dwelly.
Dwelly.
I love him. He reeks of success when there's no Kittle.
Dwelly's nice. Dwelly good. I always like Dwelly for sure. He's a solid player. I think if they score, he'll be in there.
Here's how I stand on this. How, like you can't pass on Green Bay. You could run on them for surely. So
no receivers. You're right. Jair will shut them down.
And whoever is the fill-ins. What are we talking here? We don't even have Mohamed Sanu anymore, neither. Like,
nope.
I don't know who we have, bro. Like, it's literally they're gonna guard the tight ends. You know what I mean? Which would be like Dwelly and Reed or whatnot.
They're gonna have to run both of them for sure.
Exactly. And like, I'm dial up Jermeezy, bro. Jermeezy Hasty. That's if I'm going there, that's the only way I'm looking.
But are they even going to be able to run when they can stack the box?
And that's where I'm saying is like, if I'm going there, that's the disclaimer. If I'm going there, that's the only way I'm looking. I'm just curving that game.
Hey, if you got Niners, you should just ditch them. But are you playing Green Bay's defense over somebody like Baltimore this week?
I would play Baltimore.
Who's Baltimore playing?
They're playing a Philip Rivers,
Felipe.
So he's good for like 2 turnovers.
Felipe.
Okay, I'll give you another one then. Are you playing them over someone like the Colts versus Baltimore? Versus Baltimore.
Here's my thing. I want opportunities. I'm never afraid of my defense that I'm starting with that opposing offense, like say I have the Colts, because I do have the Colts in a couple spots in leagues with you. I'm not afraid of Lamar Jackson and him putting up points. I want the opportunity for my defense to have the ball flying through the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you talk about Green Bay playing the Niners, like they're going to try to run the ball as much as possible and limit Nick Mullins throwing the ball. Like maybe Green Bay comes out with like 8 points. Like what if we score a bunch of field goals on them? You know what I mean? Like I want
are we even going to be able to move
turnovers.
the ball? Is my question. I don't even think we're going to be able to move
I
the ball.
think we can.
That pass rush is good. That pass rush is going to be on Mullins, and Mullins can't move, bro. You thought Jimmy was a statue? Mullins is open out there.
Get Green Bay's defense, and you should play him over a lot of people this week.
As far as opportunity goes, I would oppose the Green Bay, but safer, yes, Green Bay.
Green Bay or Arizona versus the Dolphins?
Arizona, bro. Give me the ball's gonna be flying.
I like Arizona's defense. I like that secondary for sure.
I do like Arizona. Like, okay, let's go back to Arizona versus Seattle. They put up a stat line. Yes, Seattle put up a bunch of points, but they got sacked.
But that's Russell Wilson. We talk about Tua.
I know.
They got beat through multiple picks.
Exactly.
Like,
so shouldn't that be better then? Shouldn't that be better against Tua? He's still a rookie.
Yeah, I agree.
I was willing
because it's still Shanahan coaching the Niners. Like Shanahan still moves the ball, he still makes things happen.
Yes,
I would like to 50 guys in motion, and he gonna get some yards.
I would like to remember this when we talk about it Monday, and I want to pick Green Bay, and you guys pick any defense, and we'll remember who's win better. Who you got?
I'll take AZ.
You take AZ. I got Green Bay.
I'll take AZ too.
Okay, let's see.
You're gonna need Green Bay to get a defensive score, or else it's gonna be like a 10-point outing.
What about the running back situation in Green Bay though? This is a tricky, crazy game here.
I'm staying away from the game unless I got Devontae or Rodgers.
This is how I figure it. So last week, I'm gonna relate it to the Seahawks. We were monitoring Chris Carson and Carlos Bum-Ass Hyde, right? And both of them didn't play. So then anyone who had DJ Dallas, you threw him out there because it was a volume play. He fell into the end zone twice and made it a good play. You know what I mean? This is the same scenario. There's no Molly Williams. There's no A.J. Dillon, obviously. So now we're left with Tyler Ervin and Dexter Williams. For me, the game script should be in a positive fashion for the Green Bay Packers. So running the ball should be in effect. I'm giving it to Dexter Williams.
Yeah.
I
like Dexter.
I almost picked him up, but I'm strapped for moves right now. But I was close to picking him up.
On the basis that there's no Aaron Jones at all either, because the rest of them are already ruled out. So if we're going volume play, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. I'm going to say
hold on, one second. I want to cut you off. Shout out to Bogard. He really dropping gems. I'm getting texts. He's right. Unless you have an elite defense, you always want to play defenses in games where the other team is projected to throw a lot. He said, nice show. He on the East Coast. Shout out my boy Ryan. He said, dope show. Shout out to Heart2Start. I'm about to pass out Smelly Dwelly. Laugh out loud.
Yes.
Smelly Dwelly. Hey,
he's the reek of success.
We got Clutchful that has a question. He's looking for a running back 2 or a wide receiver 1. He said he got Adam Thielen. What type of running back off the head 2 or wide receiver 1 you think he can get?
Running back 2, Jonathan Taylor.
Hurt Taylor. I think I'm staying on Thielen unless you're in a position of real need. If you're not in a position of real need,
that was the first name that
popped up. Running back right now.
Hey, maybe get you Drake. Get you Drake.
I'm not taking Drake for Thielen.
Well, he's hurt. I mean,
you got to be deep at wide receiver to just let go of Thielen.
Yeah,
I think Thielen. Dalvin Cook had 3 touchdowns. He went crazy because.
Assuming he's deep at wide receiver, and that's why he's looking for a running back, or everybody's looking for a running back.
Needy. Yeah, he's probably running back needy.
I mean, you're probably not going to get a Zach Moss for him right now coming off that game, but I'd be looking at somebody like Zach Moss.
Look if Matt Breida's available.
No, I fuck Matt Breida. He's brittle Breida.
Okay,
Brittle Breida.
He was
get
get
DeAndre Washington and pray to the fantasy gods.
Now I got to get for sure. But Thielen is looking like the number 2 over there. I said on the podcast earlier, Jair was shadowing Jefferson all over the field. So it's looking like defenses are starting to think like Jefferson's the number 1 guy. So it might be time
because he's moving on up to that grand apartment in the east side.
I would try to package up. Like Thielen and a running back or something for. I mean, Thielen and maybe like a running back. Maybe if you got their handcuff or you got a running back you're not really high on, maybe like a J.K. Dobbins, and then try to go get like a James Robinson or something like that. You know what I mean? You really gotta attack their weaknesses though. It's not about what can you get or what should you look for. It's about, what's in the league and what's actually going on.
And listen, if I'm going after James Robinson, I'm selling it on like, listen, there's no more Gardner Minshew, bro. It's this guy, Jayden Luton. Who the fuck is that? Bro, they're going to stack the box. Like, I'm saying it all to get James Robinson because he's getting a Ezekiel Elliott type workload. And Ezekiel Elliott's not even getting that. You know what I mean? Like
he's definitely getting the volume.
Yeah,
sure.
like 80% of the snap count. Like
I'm off the Robinson train though. He is getting the volume, but now with no Minshew, I kind of look him at as the Montgomery, like the 20 carries, 95 yards, maybe a touchdown. So with no quarterback, he's going to get the carries. But you're right, he's going to stack the box, and that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
We can jump into that game right now since we're talking about it. Let's go Houston at Jacksonville. They got the over/under 51.5.
Under.
I for one, a guy that got like 3-4 shares of Will Fuller, I'm mad he didn't go to Green Bay. I was really hoping for that fucking Green Bay trade.
And they were asking for too much, bro.
Like him in Houston, bro. Like, man,
I'm good with him either way.
Coming out of the bye, he's gonna be firing on all cylinders. I think if he's not running for his life, if he ain't running for his life, he's gonna be firing on all cylinders. You know what I mean?
And he be running too, though. He be running for his life. Like he reminds me of Carson Wentz in a sense,
bro. He be wrapped up. I've seen it multiple times. Him be wrapped up. The ref blow the whistle and he get out the shit. He like, damn, like,
and he's like, why'd you blow the whistle, bro?
Yeah.
Why'd you blow the play?
He a dog. He a beast. But
if I'm going in for show, if I'm in this game, if I'm going with a for sure floor of like 15, I think David Johnson gets this. Jacksonville are the 6th worst run D in the league. You know what I mean? And I look for Houston to have the ball a lot, which is why people are going to pick up Houston's defense, you know what I mean, this week versus Jacksonville. We don't know what this new quarterback's going to be. Is there going to be another Minshew Mania type player?
I doubt it. The most ignorant nickname for him. His name is Jake Luton. So there's Jake, give me the loot, right? That one's okay. But he needs to give me the loot. Then I'll be like, oh, Jake, give me the loot. The other one is Jake Lieutenant Dan.
That's too long of a nickname.
Yeah, but that's why it's so ignorant. It's like Jake Lieutenant Dan.
Gluten free. Is he gonna be
gluten
free? You know what I mean? But see, that's another thing too, right? So there's in the league, actually in the invitational league, the guy wants to give me Chark for Juju, and I'm not ready to just give up Juju for Chark, even though I really don't like the Pittsburgh receivers. But I'm like, I need to see one more. I need to see a game with this new coach.
I was so trying to lowball you on
I don't know who Gluten is. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen him throw the ball. I haven't seen nothing of this guy. I'll be lying if I said I did. You know what I mean? So,
you know what? I had to actually do some research. Bless you, by the way. I actually had to do some research on the loot, and so as far as I got is he came from a pro style offense. And that was all I needed to know because I wanted to see how is this going to affect my James Robinson shares. I wanted to make sure that this guy can – because if you're in college and you play under a pro-style offense, that means you're getting the ball under center and you can hand it off correctly. You know what I mean? That's all I needed to know. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay.
Hopefully he don't go out there like
got that going.
DeLucci. Hopefully he don't go out there like that. They do it.
And I think the mob, you know, they had they played the numbers there. They were like, listen, Benny, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna just throw it away. You know what I mean? You're gonna try. We need tree turnovers, not one.
We need
not two,
tree
we
turnovers,
tree.
man. Tree
We
of
need
them,
tree
man.
turnovers.
Prop bet going crazy. The prop bet. I wonder what the prop bet is on gluten. The gluten Luton throwing two picks at least. You know what I mean? I
And
wonder what
maybe we
that
get
pays.
like Louis Vuitton. He's Luton.
Yeah,
Jake
Luton and
Luton.
Dine. Hey, we gonna see
Jake
what he gonna do.
Luton.
I feel like the only person that's startable on Jacksonville is James Robinson, though. Until we see what this new quarterback gonna do with Chark, and
I'm not mad at Laviska just because like
they're gonna need gadgets.
Yeah, and like as far like Laviska's never fell under 7 targets, so that means they're scheming him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
sure.
they're figuring out
they're trying to
ways
get him
use
the ball for sure.
Yeah, and like as long as DJ Chark exists, he's gonna take away number 1 coverage, and like the shorter A-dot game could favor someone like a Keelan Cole, or maybe even like O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen with the loot in there? Luton. Jake Lieutenant Dan. You know what I mean?
If you have to start anybody other than James Robinson on Jacksonville, you're probably in trouble. You need to be trying to make some moves right now.
Going back to your thing, you taking Green Bay defense this week or Houston?
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm going with the narrative that they don't have no receivers to throw to. They're gonna be. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well, I like the David Johnson pick. The David Johnson is a for sure start.
That's for sure.
And they got drummed last game by the Jags, like 31-14 or something like that. So Houston gonna be ready. They're gonna come to play. Fire up David Johnson.
Love Brandon Cooks in this joint too.
I like everybody.
Yeah, you know what? He's like he's like that girl that you like, man, I like her, but I met her off of Instagram and she got a lot of followers. Like, I really like him. But she makes me have fun on both dates. We went on 2 dates, but I don't know if I want to go on a third with her. I can't trust her. Like, that's Brandon Cooks for you. You know what I mean?
Is.
That's him, bro.
This is the one, though. This is the one.
You getting older, you tired of playing, you know what I mean?
Listen, we're not playing games anymore. You gonna get in the end zone, baby?
Hey, because Cooks, man, if you got him, you starting him, depending on where you drafted him. But I got him off the wire in the league because I'm desperate. You know what I mean? And I'm playing him no matter what. You know what I mean? So I can't speak for somebody that has him and has to start him. I don't know how they feel, but I guess you're confident if you think that they're going to be throwing the ball, at least getting Watson. I think they got to let his rhythm get going. You know what I mean? The run game is not going to be explosive. David Johnson is not, even if he does give you 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, it's not going to happen all the time. The offense goes through Deshaun Watson, and they got to get his rhythm going and keep him pumping with some momentum going into, you know what I mean, whatever future they're headed to.
You in line.
Yeah, I love Fuller in that one. Let's go to Seattle Buffalo. This is
a good one.
54.5. That's going to be a good game. This is a test for Buffalo.
It's a test for
Buffalo's been getting tested and been showing that you're like, yeah, you know what I mean?
But Buffalo, they've only showed out against bad teams.
Yeah. I don't think they win. I think Russ gonna eat them up. The secondary's been bad over there. It's gonna be a big game for the last few games at least. Big game for DK.
How about this, bro? Last week I had DK over Lockett. This week I got Lockett over DK because you can kill Buffalo over the middle and out the slot. Like, they're vulnerable there. So I like Lockett here. Like, because I respect the shit out of Tre'Davious White. Like, do we
He's
agree?
been getting beat this year though. But he's still one of the better corners.
And like, Russell Wilson, what he's gonna do. Okay, how about this? When the Cardinals played the Seahawks, Russell Wilson, he designated 20 targets to Tyler Lockett because Patrick Peterson was falling around. Yeah, and even though Pat Pete probably could have got beat, he was just respecting him and just seeing Lockett get open. I kind of feel I got that vibe on this one.
Yeah.
Definitely could be a Lockett game. I mean, DK's floor is safe. I think he is safe 15.
Yeah, he's a play for sure.
No matter what.
He's a high-end WR2 and then you get that touchdown, he's a WR1 this week.
JD tapping out, man. Hey, holla at you in the morning, cuzzo.
He said, in the morning, come early.
He said, good looking for pulling up and rocking out. But yeah, man, I still feel the same way that I have been all year about Lockett. You know what I mean? His floor is single digits. You know what I mean? His ceiling is what it is. But when it comes to DK, he's had one game where he had single digits, and that was like 4 points.
And
that's when Lockett had 70.
There was a flag on his touchdown.
You know what I mean? That's when Lockett had 20 targets. Yeah. You know what I mean? So DK.
And there was a flag on his touchdown that game.
Like, the game winner. Yeah. You know what I mean? The game winner. So, you know, you firing up either one, but you know, I'm still the guy that says if you got Lockett, try to get something for him. You know what I mean?
I am that guy too.
But in the Heart2Start league, I traded for him, but somebody sent me a trade and it was involving Kelsey, and you know, it was some other shit involved to where I was like, yeah, I'm willing to give him up. I'm willing to take on Lockett and Kelsey for what I was giving up. You know what I mean? But you know. Hey, see, the hardest working man is Bogard, man. We got somebody in the comments for the iTunes listeners. J Love says this man Bogard went from one live to the next. Look, man, that's the hardest working man.
Hey, shout out to J Love, man. Man, shout out to the gang, man. That's Benjamin Button right there. That's all wisdom right there. That motherfucker is the smartest motherfucker I've ever encountered. As far as like scouting and breaking down, like
J Love, drop your Twitter. J Love, drop your Twitter on here so I can put it on the screen. You definitely they need to follow you. You coming with heat for sure. Hard working for sure. We got E-Rock in the building. He said he's running the Heart2Start Dynasty League. Hey Kurt, you right up there with him.
I was about to say, you talking about the same league?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm running. Who's in one? Who's number one?
I don't know. We might be tied. I'm 7-1.
Yeah, y'all.
Actually, I gotta tap in with Chris because he's trying to get one of my QBs. He's trying to get.
You know what's so ill with 7-1 at this point? You ain't even tripping off of like L's. You're like, I'm just trying to improve my team. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could. All you need is like one more W, and you're in there, and like you can make moves. Like right now, that's such a beautiful spot.
Hey, Dynasty is crazy, bro. Like I'm at the point right now where I have one win. Like I'm selling David Johnson went for a first. Like I'm trading, get these old motherfuckers out of here, and we gonna figure it out when we go. You know what I mean?
You should have never drafted him in the Dynasty.
Back to the Seattle and Buffalo though. Singletary and Moss, I've seen trades. I seen Moss get traded today. You know, I'm not just jumping on the Moss. I'm not just jumping on the Moss. I
traded him away.
If I trade for Moss, I know I got the luxury of letting him sit on the bench and see what he's gonna do. Like I traded for Dobbins in a league. I'm not gonna start Dobbins right now or anytime soon. But I traded Mike Davis for Dobbins, so it's like let me just sit on Dobbins and see.
I got Dobbins at 13
overall. I feel the same way. I feel the same way about Zach Moss. I kind of need to see, bro. I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon. He is the red zone guy.
If I have Moss, what I'm doing is moving him. That's what I'm doing. If I have Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, if I have him, bro, I'm moving him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And J.K. Dobbins, in the meantime, if you have him, I'm flexing him with full confidence. Like
I like Dobbins.
Yeah, bro. Like
I agree.
You can't run between the tackles on Indy. It's about gashing them up on the outside, like whether you could break, run around the edge or like, dump it to them out the backfield. That's Dobbins. Like it's gonna be a little difficult for Edwards. You know what I'm saying? The Gus Bus. You know what I mean?
The Gus Bus.
I mean, he is in the in-between tackles guy. But look, before we going to jump into that Baltimore game after this, but I want to say something about Buffalo. Are you actively or aggressively or the reverse trying to trade for Diggs right now? Because I want Diggs.
I'm wanting Diggs all year.
Especially off of a couple bad Diggs outings that you're supposed to strike. Like, it's only right. You're supposed to try to buy Diggs when he has.
You know what's crazy though? He really hasn't had any bad games like that.
Yeah, like bust games.
Like his points are
how many targets has he had so far?
Look, his points. I'm gonna read Diggs real quick. 16. This is in our scoring where you get bonus points for yards for like 150. 16, 34, 14, 17, 20, 16, 10, 15.
How many targets has he had?
9, 13, 6, 7, 16, 8, 11, 9.
So that's over 50. You know how many he had? You know how many he had last year with Minnesota? 90 something.
At the end of the year. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
I mean, he's second in the league in yards.
So this is what it should be. He should finish out with like 130, 100 and maybe 35 targets at best. If you can get Diggs right now, you get Diggs.
You got to get Diggs. He's second in the league in receiving, and even with them bad games, first in targets. He's top 5 in share of teams air yards.
Yes.
So you gotta get Diggs right now. Like I'm about to go try to get. I've been trying to get him from G in our ALB league.
And G's just so difficult to trade with.
He ain't traded all year.
I hate people like that.
Especially when he's done. When he's out of it early, he's not trading.
Bro, the man has no running back to play. I offered him a running back and a wide receiver.
Is he a
you know what I mean?
Cover?
You know, I mean, maybe it's not the one he wanted. I'm not gonna just sit there and shit on him. He's the commissioner of the live AOB draft.
Is he a bye week as far as where he stands right now? Like,
I mean, I whooped him, but who am I? I'm 4-4. You know what I mean?
He's damn near bye week.
He's damn near bye week.
No, because okay, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I just wanted to send a message to all these managers that like they tend to give up.
No,
when you give up and you become the bye week, now you're just helping. What you're doing, you're fucking your fantasy karma up. You're allowing all these other motherfuckers to just run over you, and you think, oh, I'll just be back next year. No, you're fucking your fantasy. You fight till the
end. He got so many bets he would want to not give up. He might lose about 2,500 in side bets this year.
Don't be the guy.
Don't be
already
down. Don't be the donator. Don't be the guy that's just donating.
That's him. You can catch it. Hey, go check out the live AOB draft. The draft footage is up. We made a video with half of it. We're going to drop the second half of it towards the end of the year, and you'll see the live confession cam, and we made bets on there. You know what I mean? Live. But hey, let's jump to that one we were just talking about, that Baltimore at Indy. Two heavy hitters, you know what I mean? Defenses is top in the game.
Here? Are we in Indy?
At Indy.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh.
46.5.
I'm liking the Dobbins play. Like, I agree with Bogart. That might be like, other than Lamar Jackson, that's the best play on either side for me.
Because it's going to be tough to stretch the field with Hollywood. You know, Hollywood has a ton of red zone targets too, and
a ton of targets, a ton of missed targets.
Yeah, bro, it sucks, dude. Like, Lamar Jackson right now, low key, not even low key, just obvious. He's not a good passer.
Not even low key. You just don't want to say it because you like the guy. But
I do, man.
He just hasn't been good. We got to keep it real on the show, and he ain't been the guy lately.
He's not handling.
I said on the I was telling the guys, there was like a little Twitter short video going on of all Marquise Brown's, not all of them, but a bunch of his routes where he wide open and is overthrown, underthrown.
That's why he leads the league in air yards. He's up at the top.
Oh.
Hey, you know, if y'all familiar with Madden franchise mode, when the receiver or whatever is unhappy, they come to the office and they ask you, can you get me more involved? Y'all don't think that they gonna get him more involved this week somehow, some way? You know what I mean?
They have to. He's got
Lamar got to make it happen, bro. Lamar got to make it happen, bro. He got
27 receptions on the year. You drafted him in the 4th round. Not you, but people did.
JD made a good point. JD made a good point one day, and I don't think it was on air. It might have been on air. They did the same thing to Cap. Like, once they figured out what the game tape was, they didn't help evolve him. They just let him suffer. You know what I mean? And
it's not even on him. I'm looking at the numbers, and he's 7th in cushion. He's got 7.1 yards cushion in the league. Wow. That's tops of all the big name receivers.
He's getting missed.
He's just getting missed. That's what it is at the end of the day. His air yards are up there. His targets aren't bad. His targets are at 44, so it's right around, kind of where you would want it. It's just not happening. The catch percentage is at 61%. Damn. Like, it's not got to cut it. Hunter Renfro's at 74. Oh, Cooper's at 70.
The oldest looking, youngest white guy.
Bro, the LaVisca 76%. Like, so it's got to be on Lamar Jackson. He just got to get better.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely all on him. You know what I mean? And I bring the coach thing up because something's not working. So let's get a little more creative. Let's dumb it down. You know what I
That
mean?
do remind me.
Let's hand it off a little bit more and normal plays. You know what I mean? More play action where it's not the read option. Maybe that's not just. I'm not an NFL coach. I don't know.
That's Greg Roman though. That's his MO.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's Roman.
Really
That's why I do like JK. He's a stash for me. I had him in a couple leagues. I kept him when I could. You know what I mean? And I just traded for him. I mean, matter of fact, co-host, what you think about that trade? I just gave up Mike Davis to the CMC owner. He got insurance and he threw me Dobbins.
Oh, that's a steal. Anytime anybody who could trade Mike Davis right now, you're winning.
Yeah,
because it's over for him.
But you're winning if you're that owner too, because that's an insurance policy. This is the point of the season. If you got dead weight on your roster and you're like, oh, I think this guy's gonna turn it around, bruh, stop waiting for him to turn it around if your legit handcuff is on the wire, or you can make a trade for your legit handcuff, because chances are somebody's probably gonna drop your handcuff. You know what I mean?
At the same time, if I'm the owner, if I'm the CMC owner, and if say he gets hurt again in a few weeks, by that time I'm probably going to want to play Dobbins, because Dobbins to me right now is the best play in the whole game.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if CMC wasn't back and it was Mike Davis or Dobbins, I'd probably be picking Dobbins this week.
I ain't gonna lie, because the way Mike Davis has been looking, like he's been getting a CMC type workload and it's working against him. Like he's not a wee tyke, bro. He's not a young man.
No,
like that Mike Davis, and like the wear and tear has been showing. And that organization didn't give a fuck. They're gonna give him the CMC type workload, and that's why he went 4 weeks strong. In the past 2 weeks, has been, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's bounced around and been on practice squads and been the third string for a reason.
There's a reason for it.
Hey, when I get, I'm notorious for this when I get players and maybe pickups and even I see Kurt do it sometimes. We go look for reasons why we like them a little more. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at this or look at that, right? So the one thing that I liked about Dobbins is I like what he tweeted a day ago. He said, "Stay patient, but keep going hard because God's timing is always perfect."
God into it.
You know what I read there?
Dobbins, man.
And you know what I read?
Sure.
I read Mark Ingram, step the fuck aside.
It's over, bro.
That's what I heard.
And you know what? That's the thing. That's the thing that I think about too. Dobbins is a dynamic player, possibly.
He came from a read option system in college. Why aren't they utilizing him more in the read option?
Why are we just necessarily giving Lamar 16 carries a game? Why aren't we mixing it up? And let's get this young stud some action and see what he gonna do. You know what I mean? This shit is crazy, bro. I don't understand it.
I thought of this about like 3 weeks ago. Because we were getting a bunch of questions about Lamar and et cetera, Hollywood. And I just started realizing, like, you know what? Baltimore, in reality, is a good team.
Yeah.
Like, so they could win these games. Like, could we agree the Rams are the same way in that sense? Like, when the Rams are winning a game, who in fantasy are we really benefiting off of? Look at the Patriots, the Chiefs right now. Like, they played the Jets and they spanked and then, like, everyone ate. But, like, for the most part, a lot of those games, like, Patrick Mahomes could put up a dud and the team wins. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, in reality, the reality factor of it, like, as a team as a whole, and that's what Baltimore is. You know what I mean? They're a great team as a whole. So what kind of holes will they be in necessarily? And then look, if you want to look at one of the holes that Baltimore was in, was the Monday nighter against the Chiefs early on. And then they couldn't get nothing going because they got themselves in a massive hole. And like against the Steelers, it was a slobber knocker. It was a back and forth outing. And then you started to see more guys get involved. Like, and that's what it is right now. Like, I like Tom Brady, for example. I love the idea of a Tom Brady, but honestly, give me goddamn Joe Burrow, like in fantasy, like you know what I mean, like give me someone attached to like shittiness on defense.
No, it's just because those good teams that I get what you're saying, because those teams find different ways to win.
Exactly.
So they're not dependent on one guy that you know is going to hit on the fantasy points, really. So
exactly.
I get what you're saying on those balanced teams. It's not like give me a guy on Seattle, a team that don't have no defense.
Exactly.
They got to throw.
That's an outlier.
That's like the perfect
goal.
situation right there. Great quarterback, bad defense, great
ton of weapons.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel the same. Baltimore is just they shocked everybody. They didn't shock everybody. You know, they're always good, but they surprised you. They kept you guessing. You got a whole year of tape. Like they're bound to go through some struggles. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I agree with that too. I think they kind of in the same boat as the Niners. They both overachieved last year. And now, I mean, I know the Niners had injuries, but I think we still would have had a tough year this year just because we overachieved. The expectations was there.
Yep.
Like, it's kind of the same boat that the Ravens are in. And maybe they were better last year than they were supposed to be.
But the Ravens legit came into the year with literally the softest schedule against, like, former playoff teams, like winning teams. So they're doing what they're supposed to do against this schedule. You know what I mean? The schedule they have.
Yeah.
And, like, losing to the Steelers, that's expected when you see what the Steelers have been doing. You know
it was a slugfest too, though. They definitely could have won that game. I'm not just writing them off, but they need to get the fucking wide receivers involved. They need to get Andrews going. It's hard to trust him right now. He was already TD dependent last year with the 50 catches, but now the way he's been playing, to me, with him and Brown, if you're not starting Brown at this point of the year the way he is, if you got to, you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was plenty of other options on the wire, like the T. Higginses or whoever it is that you could have got. Fulgham, you know what I mean? It's time to move on from Hollywood, unless they can get it together. Mark Andrews, you drafted him at a high price, so you got to keep him. So if you think that the ceiling could be a little higher since it's been bad, then go get you some Mark Andrews.
You got to play Andrews.
Yeah, you got to play Andrews. Let's get into this question. You think Jacobs will finally get it going against the Chargers this week? And then we could jump into that game.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacobs has looked good. He just ain't got in the end zone. I've been watching the games. He's looked good.
Yeah.
It's the Raider fan asking this question. So he's fantasy and,
reality. Yeah.
And
here's the thing, bro, is like when you say divisional matchups, that's where I'm like, they could key in on him. Here's the one thing. They actually traded away Desmond King. They don't have Chris Harris Jr. And it's just Casey Hayward. So maybe they attack them through the air. The one thing about Jacobs that alarms me is that everyone in the history of fantasy football, what do? They remember week 1. And what did he do in week 1? He played against the Panthers, one of the worst run defenses, and he got 4 targets. He was 4 for 4. So everyone just holds on to that memory. He hasn't been getting utilized in the passing game. He's like Josh Jacobs is a poor man's Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and he's just not getting the touchdowns.
Exactly.
He's got 5 though. He's got 5 touchdowns.
Yes.
His run efficiency, he's top 10 in run efficiency. He's top 8 in yards. His yards per carry took a hit from the recent games. He's only at 3.6, but he's still the volume.
He went from the Bucks. He went from the Bucks to the Browns, where they're both top 5 run defense. So
exactly, but he's seeing the 4th highest 8-man boxes.
Yeah, he is, because they don't respect Carr.
Nah, yeah,
who respects
him,
bro?
They don't respect Carr at all.
No,
but I mean, he can sling it. But is it they don't respect Carr, or they just Gruden?
They know that
Gruden's old school, bro. He want to hit you in the mouth, bro.
It's not Gruden either. It's Greg Olson, bro.
You know what I mean? The whole philosophy.
Sucks.
You know what I mean? But the Chargers are the 10th worst against the run. And they defense have been known to get it. But I worry about Herbert chewing up the Raiders defense and Josh Jacobs being taken out of the script. The Chargers aren't just blowing people away. Don't get me wrong. They're scoring because they have to.
They're losing They're losing double-digit leads in the 4th quarter, like the Chargers do. They're as equally as cursed as the Browns. Can we agree on this?
100%.
Yeah,
This
we
shit,
got
this shit just happens to them, bro.
we got a homie in the chat in the AOB. Shout out to BJ. He's a diehard. He's a Charger fan, and
Shout out to BJ.
he's bro. They find a way
He
to
will
lose. This is for
agree.
years, bro. I can literally remember
He
for the
will
last
agree,
3-4
bro, like,
years him always
It's
saying,
just
"Oh
a
my god."
curse, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they've been giving up the run. They've been giving it up to Lynn. They gave it up to Lindsey last week. They gave it up to Robinson the week before.
sure did.
So like I'm liking Jacobs this week. Jacobs a great play.
Yeah, top
So,
10.
I mean-
I have him at number 8 this week.
Yeah,
Hey.
shout out to Art. I need Herbert to go crazy too.
Hey,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if it's gonna be
Hey,
the
you know what
Hunter
I'm calling
Henry.
him?
Joe not gonna be the Hunter.
I don't know if it's gonna be the Hunter Henry. And
listen.
Wax play me in the league he talking
Hunter-
about. And
Hey.
matter of fact, damn, I gotta start Janu now. I'm starting Janu. You
What?
just did it for me.
You
I
have
gotta
to.
You
start
got
Henry
to.
and have him go
What?
off.
Bro,
against
your
me.
tight ends are
Yeah.
trash. and
What
you-
is the
trash,
difference
bro.
right now? What is the difference between, if you take the names away, what's the difference between Jimmy Graham and Hunter Henry?
Right.
One is getting the touchdowns, and that's Jimmy Graham. Their
I'd say-
touchdown or bust. Hunter Henry's like a 3 for 38 type of motherfucker.
That's what he's getting, bro. He's not.
Like, come on.
Phillip Rivers was holding the ball a little bit more. Herbert is firing that motherfucker, looking down the
He's
field.
finding an
talked about
open motherfucker.
We just talked about this on the podcast. Herbert, if look, Hunter Henry, you don't have enough speed to be getting open by the time you open. And I watched the game, the Charger game, because I have Herbert in a lot of leagues.
Love
and I have
Herbert.
Hunter Henry in one or two. And it was at least, I'm not going to just say it was 2 or 3 times, but it was one time for sure. I remember like, okay, I need Henry to do something. And I look and I'm like, okay, he's running around. He's in the middle of the field. Okay, he probably going to cut right. And then Herbert already throwing it before he even make his cut. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's real talk, and the numbers show that because he got 46 targets, but only caught 28 of them. So
Yep.
he's missing on only almost half of his targets because he probably not even getting his head around ready for the
Hunter
ball.
Hunter Henry is not the greatest blocker, so if he's out there, he's running routes.
Exactly.
So, the fact that he's running all those routes and not barely getting the targets, that's not good.
That's
He's
not
he's
good.
a
And
deep
only
you know what
you're
else?
a tight end with only 1 touchdown. That's not a good
not
thing.
good.
Bro, they're
Shout
not
out to
using-
Virgil Green.
They're not. We knew Phillip Rivers uses tight ends. You know what I mean? And another thing is the play action would benefit Hunter Henry more, but they don't have a runner where you respect the play action, where you respect the run.
And
So
that's why
over.
that's why I've been calling Justin Herbert. His new nickname is Justified Herbert, because anybody who ever had any doubt is justified. Because there is no run the game to speak of, so they're just throwing that thing. And you know what? He'll
Straight
run
air
that thing.
raid.
He will run that thing. He will
real.
scramble and
Great, and I love it. I love it. He
Love
on my
him.
team. He on my money team.
He's
I got
on my
all
money
receivers.
team too, bro.
I got all receivers and Herbert and Waller. I got no running backs. We
I
straight
have a
air raid,
Herbert
baby.
Allen stack, and I'm loving it, bro. Like
We
just
straight
don't
air
die
raid
on
with
me.
it.
Let's go.
All I need is 10 for my RBs, and I'm good.
I even like that Gus Bradley over there. Everyone knows how to attack his single high safety, his cover 3, his cover 2. I love that because it's like rack up points so my man Justified Herbert can just throw the rock.
Hey,
You know
shout
what I mean?
out to Nolan, man. I'm in a dynasty league with him. And this fucker, I will say this, man. If it's ever an opening in the league, I'm definitely gonna send him an invite. He knows this shit, bro. Nolan knows this.
Oh, yeah.
He be on this shit, man. Shout out to
Shout out
Nolan.
Nolan.
Yeah, big up to Nolan, man.
We'll have some battles. Don't even worry about it.
That ain't the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, right?
Nah.
Okay, good. I was about to say, listen, you're not good as a coordinator. You might be good in
Listen, Ty,
fantasy.
you're not good at your job.
Raiders own the Chargers. Sweet. Bet on it. This is a better. I'm in a betting league with them, and these motherfuckers be betting some crazy amounts in that league. I can't get with them, man. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, that's,
One more
that's
question.
not a
Who-
good bet.
Hey, who do you trust more this week, Tom Brady or Drew Brees?
Brady.
Tom Brady or
On
Drew
Brady,
Brees.
bro. He got AB coming back. He finna give him at least a touchdown. AB
Oh, yeah,
gonna
they play each other. Oh, yeah.
Sean
Brady.
Payton doesn't even trust Breeze because at a higher rate than the last 2 years, we seen more Taysom Hill. That's so irritating. That's how much he doesn't even trust him.
That motherfucker out there catching passes.
I trust Brady because that's who the Saints wanted. Saints wanted Breeze to retire so they could get Brady.
Yeah.
And they trust Brady more than Breeze for sure. I do.
Hey, real quick, go back to what Nolan said. No O-line, even more impressive with Herbert.
Right?
Yeah.
He used them feet.
Because he can move.
Perfect. Yeah.
He's like,
he's better. He's better than Burrow to me.
Yeah.
I can't disagree.
He is. I can't disagree with that either. And that's crazy because everybody wrote him off
but
that years he had at Oregon, you know?
Because people
This is not the guy from Oregon. This is not the same dude.
People are going to look at the numbers currently at what Burrow's doing, but it's the necessity of him having to throw as much. Like, the efficiency of Herbert is phenomenal, bro. Like, it'll be like third down. I need this much. Boom, he finds it.
Bro, he just gets it. Herbert gets it cracking. Like, he getting the party started. I feel like the style of his play, like he gets the team going. Like he's
justified.
He's justified,
bro. When I was in college at San Diego State when LT and them was at the end of theirs and they were doing their thing. So I was there for the mania when they was doing their thing. You know what I mean? LT breaking the records and all that.
That's true.
And man, awesome. You know, I was a sympathizer back then. I wasn't a fan, but I like to see them do good. I like to see them do good, and that's how I feel about Herbert.
Plus, the powder blue was hella wet too.
That's how I feel about Herbert. Like
that
you know,
was wet, bro.
Qualcomm Day when them Raiders and Chargers play, you don't want to be over there by Qualcomm. That's trying to be crazy. You better get over to Charlie. But nah, man, you know Herbert. That's how I feel about him. I feel like I'm gonna like to see him succeed a lot. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
It's fun to watch.
He said, imagine if Herbert had Burrow's volume. He damn near going to have to pretty soon. You know what I mean?
And how about this? Imagine if Burrow had Herbert's efficiency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I would say he doesn't even need the volume, really. He's doing
I actually like how it is.
I like where it's at because you're right.
Give me the ugly volume for Burrow. Love it. Right? And then let's get the efficiency and the lack of a run game for Herbert. Let's go.
I think Burrow. I think Burrow's pressure was higher. So
of course,
Herbert is like he's playing with house money. Like they already wrote me off. If I suck, it's no big deal. If I'm a ball out. You know what I mean? So. Man, I like Herbert a lot more too, but like you said, imagine if he had his volume. We gonna see because he's gonna be around for a while. You know what I mean?
Imagine this too, like the chip on the shoulder is something you want to you want to factor.
There's something to be said for that for sure.
Yeah, and like not being the first round pick for a justified Herbert,
not starting the season.
Yeah,
look at the way he had to start too.
Motherfucker had to shank,
bro.
They put a mob hit on fucking Tyrod Taylor, bro. They put
Herbert from Jersey.
Hey, he got a hit on him. He put the Jimbo hit on him. He put the Jimbo hit on him.
Bro, they put the hit on Tyrod Taylor for him to get the yabba.
Hey, quick question before we go into the next game. Eckler, you think he's coming back? What y'all think about Eckler?
No.
I think that
what was the injury?
They need to win.
It was his hamstring and his
plus.
That's right. He had two.
And it was pretty severe. I don't
paying him
think
enough that and if like two more L's, it's a lost season. No.
I think it is now. Yeah, 1-5. Maybe if they won the last couple.
What do you think they're gonna run the table?
What are they? 1-6.
They run the table. Maybe they win 3 more. How about this? They win 3 more. It's like, all right, Austin Eckler will come back.
But that's what they do, though. That's what the Chargers do.
Hamstring came off the bone, bro. Like, bro. Like,
listen. The neck bone is connected to the collarbone. The hip bone is connected.
That's the one that you.
The hamstring is supposed to be connected to that bone, bro.
That's the one you hear.
Y'all heard the song.
As far as rookie wide receivers go, who do you think is the most impressive? Jefferson, Higgins, Ruggs. Ooh, hey, you know what? I'm going Higgins.
Jefferson, then Ayuk.
I'm going Higgins.
I say Jefferson is great on the. First of all, Jefferson, he done moved up to the grand apartment in the east side in the sky. He was moving on up. When it comes to like who is actually outdoing a number one on the team, I'm giving it to Higgins.
I'm only giving it to Jefferson because we just talked about the volume Burrow had. And that is a testament to his numbers. And the question's also most impressive. Jefferson's had 2 40-plus games. He's taken over the one receiver job over there. And they're throwing and they're running the ball. They're running the ball top 2 in the league.
Most impressive. So maybe most efficient is Jefferson.
Impressive. He said impressive. Though.
I'm gonna go most impressive. I'm gonna go with Higgins.
Get Ruggs off the list and get Ayuk on there.
That's a Raider fan shit. That's some Raider shit right there,
bro. Higgins is the truth, bro.
I like Higgins for sure.
Yeah.
No, I like Higgins just because of the situation. He's the rookie of the bunch year round. AJ Green and Boyd, and you still are a solid starter. I'm starting Higgins over a lot of guys.
Oh, we're talking about starts the rest of the year. It's probably Higgins.
Yeah, I think you could trust Higgins the most because of Dalvin being there. You know what I mean?
Most impressive so far.
Might be that.
They run the ball the most in the league.
It's very close, I think, with Jefferson and Higgins.
Impressive to me also equals consistent. I'm going with Higgins.
Hey, we got Wood in the building. He said if Dak didn't get hurt, CD would have been there. Facts.
That's a Cowboy fan.
That's a Cowboy fan, right?
We're gonna start living in worlds like where I'm a Niner, and I'm like, well, you know what?
I like CD though. I wanted the Niners to get CD.
I sure do too.
Let's jump into that Denver and Atlanta. 47.5 is the over/under. I like Matt Ryan to be. Shout out to Renegade, Fantasy Renegade. He got Matt Ryan as one of his top quarterbacks this week. I like Matt Ryan, even if Ridley doesn't play. I like Matt Ryan in this at home. They always play better in the dome. Denver gives up like the 10th most fantasy points to quarterbacks, in with them being hungry and trying to keep a little momentum going. Give me Matt Ryan this week. You know what I mean? I'm not starting him over major. I might start him over Tom Brady this week versus the Saints.
I wouldn't do that.
Nah, I mean Denver's defense has been good, but they play different at home.
We can put that on the board if you want.
Listen, if
put that with
Jones,
the defense thing
if Danny fucking Dimes can make it a game against the Bucks, why can't Drew Brees with the return of Michael Thomas?
No, I think he can make it a game, but I also think that's a division game, and
so they know each other better.
They got action. Okay. They got action at trying to.
That's a division game, but they haven't played. They haven't played Brady though, so it's a whole new deal.
They played in week 1.
Oh, they played him. They did play him. You're right.
And they spanked him, and that was Brady like in a preseason game essentially.
I mean, no Mike Thomas, and we'll get to that game. But as far as the Denver, I like Matt. Like I said, I like Matt Ryan this week. As long as Julio is there,
Drew Lock. He's my number 1 streaming option in single QB leagues right now.
I like Lock. I got him in the Dynasty League that I lost Dak.
I agree.
I gotta play him though. I mean, that's another reason why I kind of like your boy
Matt Ryan.
Judy. I like Judy later in the season.
I think it's a low key shootout this game.
Yeah, I like this game to be a little closer than people think.
This is why I like Matt Ryan in period as a fantasy QB because he carries a bad defense. You know what I mean? He comes with like if he was an action figure, they'd be like. Defense sold separately. No. Matt Ryan comes with this shit defense. That's why he comes with it, because it's so trash. So you follow the guy on the other side. And they're actually, in the past 2 weeks, fairly good against the run, the Falcons. You know what I mean? Like, look at what they just did to Mike Davis, who was on fire prior to this. You know what I mean? So, like, if Drew Lock if Lindsey and Gordon can't get the run game going, Drew Lock can exploit them through the air.
They can.
You know what I mean?
I like Lindsey a lot this week, though.
I sure do. I have Lindsey as – hold on, let me see.
Kurt's Brody is biased with the Lindsey shit.
Bro, I really like Lindsey.
Lindsey's a boy, bro. He's a boy.
This is a question. This is a question somebody posed in the chat. Who has a better game, Gurley or Gordon or Lindsey?
Lindsey.
Yeah.
But Gordon can get, Gordon can get 18 for 40 yards on the ground and then fall into the end zone. Like Gurley, listen, I've been giving Gurley a spanking with the ranking every week. You know what I mean? But he just keeps falling into the end zone, and it makes him an RB2. And like the moment that ends, bruh, spanking with the ranking for the rest of the season.
I don't think this is one of the games that Gurley scores. Denver's pretty good against the run.
Yep.
It might be kind of tough. I like Lindsey. I like Lindsey with receptions. I like Lindsey. I like a lot of the Broncos. I like Fant. He's kind of nursing the ankle, so you got to kind of monitor that. But the Falcons give up the most. They give up the most points in fantasy to tight ends, like by far, by 12 points.
You ain't lying.
So you got to fire up Fant and Judy. Lock. I like all of them.
You know how I feel about Lindsey? Back to that question with the Gordon and Lindsey. I'm not a Gordon guy this year. I rather have Lindsey than Gordon. Right? Yeah. So if I'm in a position to where I have to start Lindsey, I'm comfortable because I have to start him. And I think in this game, he's the one that's hungry. Gordon got the money. Lindsey still is the underdog. They keep bringing people. Even when a person like Melvin Gordon wasn't there, they still made Lindsey split carries. Even when he was damn near top 3 and rushes up the middle in the whole league. You know what I mean?
Seen Lindsey
getting through there. Like, he hits holes good. They still don't give him respect. So I feel like every time Lindsey gets on the field, he's fighting for his respect and money. Shit,
and
you know what I mean?
Lindsey can pass protect, bruh.
Yeah, he's like, a little fiery little motherfucker.
Like, he does like a corkscrew wind up and just like it's crazy, bro. Like, he's a little wee tyke.
I think this is, like you said, one of them shootouts with that 40. If I'm a betting man, and I know we got a lot of betting people in the chat, shit, I probably fuck with the over on this.
Like
47.5 ain't really. Drew Lock is through for some yards. I'll look it up right
now. Julio's a top 10 play this week.
Yeah. Hopefully Ridley plays.
He's not gonna play.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not practicing and he got action, but I don't see him playing.
But Hayden Hurst,
I might not go the over then. I'm not comfortable with that.
The Broncos are susceptible to the tight end position. So
Hurst.
You know what I mean? You know, it could be a Hurts outing. I mean,
okay, so look, let me ask you this. You firing up, because a lot of people probably got this combination in their teams. You firing up Hurst or Fant?
I would, honestly, I would go Fant because I think, like, here's the thing is, like, with Fant, the targets have been there. The only thing you worry about is Albert O, but they run a lot of 12 personnel, so they're both on the field. You know what I mean? But Fant's targets have been there, dude.
The targets there, the areas there.
I like Fant with Lock for sure.
Yeah. He's more athletic.
Man.
He's just hit or miss with Ryan, and I don't like Matt Ryan when guys are injured. Like when Ridley and Julio's there, I fuck with Matt Ryan, tough, top 10 quarterback. I'm confident. When one of them's missing, I don't know.
Hey, you know what? I like that you said that, bro. You kind of got me thinking because Ridley went out kind of early in the game, and they were able to feed Julio early. You remember those first few drives. And then they kind of, you know what I mean? But I still like this to be the over. The 47.5, if that's still what it is on Sunday, I think that might be a lock.
I kind of like the under.
I think that might be a lock. Shout out to the homie Fresh, man, out there from Philly, man. Strap Kings, go follow him on Instagram. He giving y'all some game with the clips, man, and he didn't been in it, you know what I mean? Play football and know what he's talking about, for real.
Philly, stand up.
There ain't no.
I can't get anything for Cooper. Wait until Dalton comes back and he has a good game. I don't know, Brody.
You can't get nothing for Cooper right now.
Bro. You know what I'm trying to do?
He couldn't get Fulgham for Cooper right now.
Cooper is a throw-in in a package deal.
Ooh, that's a good question. Would you take with Rieger coming back, Goddard, Ertz potentially coming back?
That's true.
Are you taking Fulgham and Brandon Cooks for Cooper and a throw-in?
No.
You need Cooper?
Who are you taking out of the three? Cooks, Cooper, Fulgham.
Bro, I'm taking anything for Cooper at this point. You can offer me Cooper, and I probably won't take it unless I know I got a trade.
Listen, you give me a ham and cheese croissant sandwich, bro. It's all day, bro. Fuck Cooper.
Give me 10 lemon pepper wings
burrito.
Give me 10 lemon pepper wings for Amari Cooper right now.
3 lemon pepper wings.
It is good.
He said he first in that league. He ain't sweating. Hey, what you telling Kurt? Objects in the mirror closer than they appear?
Hey, for sure. Hey, Wood team is falling apart, bro.
Damn.
I wish I had enough wins.
I've been there.
He got CMC coming back, though. He might be all right.
CMC
You know where he
is
fucked
back.
up? Not moving CMC for the world, like prior weeks.
Hey, look.
How long have they been waiting on CMC?
I would have
6
waited
weeks?
for look before we get into CMC, right?
You would have waited for CMC
A ham
for
and
the
cheese.
last
Look,
week and
if you
traded
taking
him.
a ham and cheese
I
sandwich,
might have.
if you taking a ham and cheese for Cooper, I'm gonna say it got to be a bodega ham and cheese sandwich on a croissant.
The big
If
one.
it don't come from the bodegas,
Oh,
in the
yeah,
East
yeah, yeah,
Coast,
with,
I don't even want it, bro.
cheese.
It gotta
I'ma
be the
make
bacon,
that at
egg,
home
and cheese
myself.
from the
Everything,
bodega.
lettuce, tomato, all the shit.
CMC is hard to trade though. Let's jump into that game. Let's jump into that one.
You know,
Carolina and KC, 52 is the over under. Bro, I wouldn't have sold CMC if I was down and I was at the bottom of a league. I'm
3
selling
weeks ago.
CMC. I was selling
3 weeks
CMC.
ago.
But if I'm able to get through without him, or I had a Mike Davis or whatever, bro, I'm keeping CMC, bro.
Of course.
15 out of the last 16 games, he's had 22 points or more.
No, yeah, Wood got Jones and Robinson, who was holding him down.
There it is.
He
I was
was
going to
good.
say, if you were able to survive, you were all right. You could wait on CMC. If you had, like, you know what I mean? If you were on the cusp right now, like a 3 and 5, you should have
You see it right there, Bogey.
They're feeling himself.
My
boy.
team is good enough the way, Bogey.
You already
He's
know,
serious.
man.
You know, but
I'm
nah,
pulling
man.
up. I'm in your bushes, Wood. I'm in
Hey.
your bushes, Wood.
Hey,
Carolina-
he's doing all right over there, and he got CMC on the way.
Yeah, hey, but look, if there was any top team that was feeling
Shout out
shaky,
to Wood.
it's him. It's him. He
I'm
feeling
pulling up
shaky
on
right
Wood,
now.
man.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
He
bro.
better than me though. I'm
got
4-4,
CMC
bro.
on the
I'm
way
6
back.
right.
He's all right.
I hit him with the. He 4-4. I hit him with the Brady meme with the.
I didn't see that. Where you
With the four.
Hey, you know what?
I ain't sent it. I ain't sent it. That's my bad. That shit in the
I'm
archive.
at here with my team right now. I'm zenning with my team, man. We gonna ride this out, man.
You did with your team.
We gonna see, bro. We gonna see. Hey, but look though, the Carolina at KC. So, are you just confidently starting CMC? So, look, let's say this situation.
Yeah.
Let's say this situation. Let's say you got Henry, CMC. You made a trade, whatever. Let's not even say Henry because Henry.
Yeah, you literally have Henry and CMC. No, let's talk about your situation.
No, let's say Aaron
I know
Jones.
you have Henry and CMC in the joint.
I do actually.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Let's talk about
that was an accident. I promise you.
I know. Yeah, come on,
I want to
let's
do
this.
something that's more likely to happen. So
Okay,
let's say you got CMC, Jacobs, and you got James Robinson. So you've been running with Jacobs and James Robinson. Obviously, Jacobs has been letting you down, but your flex, you got fire receivers. Are you starting CMC over James Robinson?
100%.
His first game back?
Listen, I'm not starting him over no one. I'm just starting.
He just started practicing today.
Right? I'm just starting him.
I'm
He
starting
just
him.
started
I'm not
practicing today.
I'm making room for all my producers plus him. That's what I'm finna do. Because if I waited this long and I survived this long, because if I was looking bad early on with CMC, I would have been moved him. If you made it this far and you're in it for the chip. You're
in it to win it. You put him in
to win it. Then you're throwing him out. If they say he's going, he's in your lineup.
Pause, Wood.
Pause. Even his name is pause.
That's the one I made the trade for Dobbins and Mike Davis. He said, "Cave,
Even his name is pause.
Whoa, everybody! That's a good move right there for a champ. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that move.
To lock that up, you know what I mean? We talked about it. If you got CMC, and I actually made a trade. I got Mahomes and Mike Davis in the trade, and I got CMC, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep this insurance.
And you know what's funny?
And I have Mike Davis.
I remember you sending me that. I love that. Like you was already gonna do it. And he goes, listen, I'm already gonna do this, but just
that was that night after the show I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I think I'm about to trade Mahomes,
and I'm
bro.
like, bro, listen.
The next day he sent it, and I'm riding with Herbert, bro.
Nigga in history.
I'm riding with Herbert.
This too. I said it like this. I said, your mind was already made up.
It was made up. No.
You
This is what you talking about, Bogey. You talking about I was at odds with picking up Mike Davis or somebody else on the waiver wire.
That too.
That's what it was, and I was like, bro,
I remember that too, though.
Bro. He's filling in immediately in the CMC role.
He the cup king. He for sure going with Mike Davis.
Yeah, for sure. KC, the receivers. I think everybody eats, B. You know what I mean? Everybody eats, B. Are you worried about you worried about the receivers on the Carolina side? DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson. Because the narrative is probably anybody who starts them and they act like they're not worried, they're probably going to say, "Oh, they're going to be down." Like KC, they're going to have to throw it to them. Are you worried about the way the defense been playing?
KC secondary is nice.
Yeah,
so I'm worried for sure. I'm only starting CMC really confidently.
You know what? Okay, if you look at like player,
they're favored by 10. Right? Ooh, KC
by blowout.
10. Yeah, so that means easy. I like the field stretcher. Then, anytime there's a double-digit lead, they're on the opposite. If there's a double-digit lead on the opposite side, the underdog, there's going to be a 100-yard producer at the wide receiver position. More than likely, that would be my man Robbie Anderson, the string bean. I love the string.
I fuck with Robbie.
I fuck with the string bean.
But it might be McCaffrey that might have 100.
That is true. That is the difference maker because
you know what? I think that offense is gonna be flustered, and they finna do exactly what Atlanta just did: send the heat. Send the heat on Teddy.
Tough. I'm always weary about offenses when that star player comes back. After they kind of been rolling and, they kind of mess up. I mean, I know he's a great player, obviously, but it's the rapport a little bit.
Yeah, because you know what, dude? I'm not going to discredit Teddy Two Gloves. Teddy Roosevelt. I'm not going to discredit him on a bad weather game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was, but they had the game plan. They had the game plan.
He got the gloves on. He got that with two gloves.
The weather's didn't matter.
You have the two gloves.
He built for it.
But I'm saying McCaffrey, the 2 games he played, he had 27 and 23 fantasy points. You know what I mean? Lock him in for 15 to 20.
CMC, bro. He's the country music channel, bro. He's the motherfucker. He's the unicorn, bro. You know why I call him the unicorn? You don't never see the white running back. He's the unicorn, bro. Like he's the one of one.
He's the one of one for sure. Ever since
never seen this.
I ain't seen one.
He was a fullback, really.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He ain't even the same. It's totally different.
You gotta find a Disney movie to find a white running back.
He came from Stanford too, so he can start a business. So listen, I don't even need football. Like I can
It's a wrap. Let's talk about Chicago at Tennessee.
Oh, this is ugly.
Yes,
Tennessee, what they dropped 2 straight?
Yeah, bro.
They both playing some ugly football. This is just gonna be an ugly game.
It's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be a 16-14 game with a safety and a missed field goal.
But you know what though? I do like John.
Tennessee will get 20 something.
I want to say this. I like Jonnu here. For everybody who's had Jonnu and was loving I got Jonnu late. And then at one point, Kev actually brought it to my attention. He goes, "You think Jonnu was balling because there was no A.J. Brown?" And I'm like, "Damn,
no Corey Davis,
right?" But in this matchup right here, you look at everyone who's played the Bears. They are so tight on the outside in the secondary, up the seam and over the middle, where the tight ends live. They eat on Chicago Bears. Tell me Jared Cook is trash.
No, I don't think he's trash. I like
Jared Cook. I think
that Jared Cook might be an outlier in this situation.
Did he not score?
But I agree with what you're saying, though.
Last week, did he not score on the Bears?
For sure. But I think that they also don't have nobody.
Tyler Higbee. Monday night.
No, I agree. That's the only way you can really attack the Bears is up the middle.
It's up the middle. Up the seam and over the middle. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got Wood that's watching right now because he's one of the ones that was saying he's like, bro, Jonnu was hurt. Like it's a couple games getting into it. When Jonnu was doing his thing, they were drawing up plays for him, getting him into space because he's agile and he doesn't move like a tight end. You know what I mean? So if this is going to be the game where they use him, and I also said on the podcast the other day that I think that, they dropped a few games. It's time to get back to, what's working and figure out some other things. The same thing we say about Baltimore. Like, sometimes you got to add some shit or switch some shit up, bro. Like,
I have a theory. I think these good-ass teams, which is Tennessee, they're a good-ass team. Tampa Bay, they're a good-ass team. When they get in the mix with these sorry teams on paper, like, for example, Cincinnati with Tennessee last week, Tampa Bay with the Giants. Why are they struggling with them?
They play
they're
down.
Sleeping on them. They're playing down. Exactly. Thank you, Kev. They're playing down the competition. Bruh, fuck that. You know what's dope about Kansas City? They know they're dope. Oh, we got the Jets coming through? Smack them. Let's not even give them a chance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Smack them. You know what I mean? Like, it's questionable with the Tennessee Titans right now that why now they're playing the Chicago Bears, another questionable winning organization. How are they winning?
Done the dirty way. You not like the clean, dirty way, though. You know what I mean? The grit and grind.
Ugly.
You know what I mean?
Can we agree? If you look at our team last year, our Niners, I had this saying, we were winning ugly with handsome Jimmy because we had the phenomenal run game and the phenomenal defense where Jimmy can make 2 or 3 mistakes a game, even turnovers even, and we would still get it through. These teams right now, everybody's iffy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to Tennessee, I have Tennessee over Chicago this week, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Every game that Tennessee's had has been close as hell. Like the first game, 16-14, 33-30 to 30, 31-30. You know, the blowout, 42-16, 42-36, Houston, 24-27 loss, 20-31 loss.
Ugly teams.
They have their next 3 games, Chicago, Indy, and Baltimore. Like, they need to get it started right now and right now.
How they struggle with all those ugly teams?
Them games gonna come back to bite them.
And then their kicker is hit or miss. Like, you're supposed to have one of the greatest kickers in the game.
Shout out to the Bears bruising bros. I think Tennessee gonna come out and hit them in the mouth. They need it right now, bro.
I have Tennessee in this game too.
They need it right now. They need it, bro. 100%. Like, it's not. Montgomery will finally have a good game. What y'all think about that?
What are you talking about? Montgomery always has a good game.
It's just about him scoring.
It's such ugly volume.
It's an ugly, good, like real games, not fantasy games.
He has a Zeke Elliott type workload.
Yeah.
And he's so ugly with it.
Montgomery, David Johnson, and Gurley are the same player.
No,
with the edge,
Gurley
for Gurley because the offense is better.
Montgomery gets the receptions.
Yeah.
No, he gets everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it all.
When Cohen went out.
You know who gets all the targets? Darnell Mooney, bro. You cannot find him, bro.
That's your guy right now.
Mooney. I like Mooney.
I love Mooney.
His last tweet was
Nick Foles cannot find him, bro. Like, yes, he finally found the end zone last week.
Well, it ain't Anthony Miller. You know what I mean? We know
I'm
that.
I'm just saying, though, like,
we've been
Nick
waiting.
Foles
I know, right?
will find this guy and then underthrow him, overthrow him. Just, bro, like, it's laughable.
The only person he can throw to efficiently is Allen Robinson. This is the Allen Robinson game right here. This is the Allen Robinson game.
I do not like Tennessee's corners. They're small. They're gonna get ate up. Robinson.
Bro, they get ate up every week. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy, and that's why I think that they're gonna have to come out and hit them in the mouth. Like, get Tennessee. Let's get up a couple scores and let's make them throw the ball. And Chicago's still going to grind it out and try to hit you in the mouth. Even if Montgomery's averaging 2.2 yards a carry, they're still going to run the ball. You know what I mean? But like I said, Montgomery, if you playing him, he's safe and he's your floor. Allen Robinson, you say pick up. Pick up your boy Mooney.
I'm trading for David Montgomery right now.
I've been trying.
Look at his rest of the season schedule.
Who's more unimpressive with their respective workload, Montgomery or
Montgomery.
Gurley?
Well,
I'd say Montgomery, but I would say Gurley.
I mean-
Gurley the better offense.
No,
But Gurley's not getting the
Gurley's more
workload.
unimpressive by watching the game. Like
Yeah, he's
Montgomery
ugly.
looks better. Gurley just getting touchdowns because he's
Montgomery
inside the 10.
showed me something against the Saints last week.
Gurley has shown little spurts. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, you know what though?
Little spurts.
Montgomery, I'm with you, Bogey, when you say
Against the Saints, he ran hard,
no,
bro.
I'm with you when you say you're looking to get Montgomery right now.
Yeah, you see his schedule.
He has the most targets, target share receptions right now.
He has a Zeke workload, and
he's getting. They're looking for him in the
He's
passing
not.
game, and that's what we wanted him to have. So I feel like, I mean, you know, at this point, running backs is pretty thin. Even the top ones, if it's not Derrick
People are
Henry
so upset
or
with
Dalvin
Derrick
Cook
Henry.
or Kamara, like you're upset at running back. So if you got somebody like Montgomery, I mean, I don't think you built your team around him because you probably got him in after, you know, if you drafted after he got hurt, you got him late. So,
yeah, I was about to say,
know what I
especially when he had the groin. Remember that? Like he was.
I would
going in the
say, I would
8th,
say
9th
Gurley. I would say Gurley for sure too. I would say Gurley for sure. What about Detroit, Minnesota? 54 is the over under.
round. Damn.
Dalvin Cook game.
Who is it? Is it David? Is it my man David Blow?
Well, we know Stafford's on COVID, so that's over.
Yeah, is it David Blow?
Yeah, this is
so.
a Dalvin game.
I like David Blow.
Dalvin
He's a
game for
gunslinger.
sure.
White
Hockenson.
lines.
Yeah,
in my mind. Bro.
And probably Swift. I'll be cool with Swift in the flex if I had to with this how things are going right now.
I'm not mad at it either because
Hey, this is a buy low on Swift too.
listen, they're definitely. Can we agree on this? The Lions are going to lose the time of possession to the Vikings. So
100%.
it's going to be a lot of like fast action, hot reads, dump offs, and then so goddamn.
And AP's look every bit of 36, 37, whatever he is. He's looked every bit of that the last couple weeks. So I think it's definitely Swift time.
I hate Derek Breville.
Minnesota is in the middle of the pack against the tight ends. I like Hockenson, but you know what's crazy? Like this is how fucked up like sports is and like, being sure of what's going to happen. Like this is the perfect opportunity for Hockenson to, maybe have those multiple touchdowns or have that breakout game like he did last year with the 125 yards and,
would you think they were holding on him or Jones?
You said what I going on who?
No, if you were the defense, if you were Minnesota's defense, if you're Zimmer, are you honing in on TJ Hockenson or Marvin Jones Jr.
Man, is there anybody that's a go-to guy over there? I think you can't play none of them.
I think I would shut down Hockenson and then I would put my best linebacker or safety on Hockenson and then let Marvin Jones just streak down the field like he does and just bracket him.
I think this is definitely a Dalvin game, but I think this is a letdown game for people who are like daily fantasy. If you're putting all your marbles on Hockenson,
bro,
Hockenson might let you down this game. Blau, you know what I mean? You're not starting anybody on Detroit except Swift. Blau, and everybody was scared of Swift because after this week, he didn't do anything.
But he got the most snaps he's ever.
He got the most snaps, 61
ever
snap share. Like
he never topped 40 before this.
If they're gonna win, they need to involve Swift damn near. Like
and the tight end, that's the best. That's a new quarterback's best friend, rookie quarterback's best friend. So dump down to Swift. And then you got Hockenson. I think I like both of them this week.
Hey, Nolan said he's coming for me this week. Hey, my dynasty team. I inherited the dynasty team. Hey, I inherited a dynasty team, and they're pretty trash. But I'm shocking people and knocking heads off on the way.
I've done that before. I'm not inheriting no more teams. I inherited a team and came in last, and they ain't let me forget it since.
Like it was yours, huh?
Right? I ain't doing that shit no more.
Look, let's talk about the Giants and Washington. You know what I mean? Let's not.
Nah, shit. I fuck with Gibson. Gibson will be back. Terry, who's Kyle Allen starting, right?
Kyle Allen is still starting.
This is one of the few games you like, yes, on Terry and on Gibson, and you could be happy about the game.
I think if you're streaming defenses, you're playing them both. You could flip a coin. But I'd rather play the Giants. They've been playing hard on D. Like
the Giants corners not bad, but they played hard last game. Bradbury had been balling. But I like Terry this week. I like Terry most weeks against corners. I don't know. I think they just had Kyle Allen's had another week to, kind of get his feet wet, stuff like that under the bye week. So I'm kind of feeling Terry. I think the volume gonna be there. So I'm rocking with Terry and Gibson for sure.
The last time they played, it was a 19-20 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was kind of ugly.
I think this one might be a little. I mean, the over under is 43. I think it could be some scoring in that. I like Gibson, but I'm kind of scared of him a little bit because it's hard with these teams. Like if you got Gibson, you're probably starting him because we talk about how thin running backs are. You know what I mean? But it's like, damn, is he just gonna run all over the Giants? I mean, maybe not. Bucks couldn't really do it. Fournette had a decent game. They were playing hard out there.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's something like I'm not starting him because I think he gonna kill, but I think it's a workload type thing. Like he gonna have the carries, he's gonna have the opportunities. So you kind of
you know what pisses me off about the Giants, bro? I watched that game and Slayton be open, bro.
Slayton raw. I was wrong about. I wanted Shepard more than Slayton. I thought Shepard would be healthy.
Shepard cool too, though.
Now he is, but Slayton, the guy, like Slayton open. Like I for sure like Slayton this week to eat. Even I think he damn near dud proof almost. I haven't looked at the numbers. I'd have to look, but I feel like his floor is pretty.
He got some duds.
But he'll have duds, but they're probably against dope corners.
And it's not his fault. Like the guy is open. Like he's streaking past people. But with Shepard on the flip side, I know he was limited at practice, but I mean the last two games, 8 targets, 10 targets, 17 and 15 fantasy points, 74 yards, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Like Shepard when healthy, and we talked about him at the beginning of the year on the beginning of the year rankings.
Yeah, I was high on Shepard.
If healthy, we like Shepard, but the motherfucker can't stay healthy. You know what I mean?
I'll do you one better. He could be healthy. I just don't trust that snitch Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
I just don't trust him. Like this guy, like he's a fucking dime dropping motherfucker. And apparently, when he does drop the dimes in football terminology, it's going to Slayton. You know what I mean?
But that's what we was just talking about when you was in the bathroom. Is bruh, Slayton be wide the fuck open?
Yeah,
be open.
Like what are we doing?
It hasn't clicked, bro. You know what's sad is he was already shit last year, and then they go ahead and give him Jason Garrett. Like it's like, bro.
Hey, what the fuck were they think? Hey, you got the clapper. You signed the clapper to come in here. What you think the quarterback whisperer because of Romo's smart ass and Dak's talent?
Yeah.
Oh, guaranteed. Like, what were they thinking? I think it comes to a point with the Giants where they didn't have a choice. Like people were like, "Hey, look, bro, I'm finna come work for you." I think Garrett hit the Giants like, "I heard nobody want to come fuck with y'all. Look, I'm gonna come over there. Yeah. I know the division. I got your best chance of beating the Cowboys. You know what I mean?
I know every team.
I know every team in the division.
Them.
Come get me. But not like you said, scary. This is Scary Terry game. The last time they played, he had he don't like to be called Scary Terry. I apologize. Terry McLaurin. Yeah, he don't like. They said that on Twitter. He don't like to be called.
That was weak. I feel like that about the KD. KD should have went with the Slim Reaper. He didn't want that shit. Them was too hard nicknames.
That shit was hard. The Slim Reaper, bro.
KD didn't like. He wasn't fucking with it,
bro. The last time the Giants played, McLaurin had 12 targets, 7 catches for 74 yards. And if I remember right,
it was Bradbury on him.
They were kind of forcing him at the end, and he got lucky on a few catches at the end of the game. But I
respect James Bradbury. Let's be honest.
He's been solid this year.
Yeah, I respect him. But you know what though? He doesn't have speed. And
I was about to
McLaurin
say
got
You
it.
know what? I was just about to
He's
say
not
that.
a
When I
speed
think
guy.
of Bradbury, like I know he's
zone
doing
corner.
good in that
He's
system,
gonna get burned.
but I think
eventually.
of him getting toasted by Julio
Carolina.
all
time
day.
in Carolina. You know what I mean? That's what I think when I see Bradbury. Him
Harry got
and
stupid.
really his
speed.
rookie year, he got threw out to the fire. I remember.
Yeah,
he
he did.
up
Because
on
Rivera
Monday
does
night.
that shit. Rivera's like, listen, we're gonna.
We
There's
going
no
after
Josh
Harry got too
Norman.
much speed for that boy.
Yeah, and they're gonna scheme him, bro. Like we know that Kyle Allen was one of the worst, if not the worst, deep ball thrower last year on Carolina.
Yeah, but you know what DJ Moore didn't have that McLaurin has? Hands. You could throw him an inaccurate deep ball, and McLaurin's there. You know what I mean?
Lauren, the guy.
He's the
I'm
guy.
just calling
bro.
him Terry still. I would have had a scary Terry chain or something. He tripping.
That's scary.
I'd have
Terry.
him hard.
Mine's more
Cooper,
ignorant. I
and
call him
Hunt.
because his name is McLaurin, and that's probably like Irish or Scottish.
I'm doing that right now.
That's
Hey,
Hey,
who,
Scottish
hey, look,
lad.
I'm doing that right now, and I'm streaming running backs if I got to. Like,
I'm doing it. I'm gonna find a way. I'm
you're
getting
not
out of
gonna
it.
look. Hey, James, right? You're not gonna have the heart to start Fulgham over Cooper because you're gonna go with
Ever.
the name and not the game. So why not get them both out of there? Hunt do got Chubb coming back. You know what I mean? He's gonna wear down a little bit, even though he's Hunt. Like I love Hunt. I'm not taking anything away from him, but Adams has action at getting you 40 to 50 points, and that could single-handedly win you a game.
It's essentially Hunt for Adams for me. And that's
no one should ever
Yeah.
be
It's
involving Cooper, the pooper scooper, in anything. Like we should
get him out of there, bro.
Get him out.
Adams is the best red zone receiver in the league, most underrated receiver in the league. Like
If Adams didn't get
impossible to
hurt
guard
this
in the red
year,
zone.
he's number one overall.
yeah.
Nah, I'm with you.
You know
He's
who's
number
number one
one.
right
He's
now?
number one in my new rankings for
It's
sure.
Tyler Lockett right now, I think, right? Isn't he like number as far as like fantasy and PPR? Is it still Tyler Lockett?
number one?
No, I don't think he's number one.
Number one,
Because
no.
he had a bad game last week, yeah.
No. I'll look that up right now, and let's jump into Pittsburgh. Let's jump into Pittsburgh at Dallas. Hey, whoever got Pittsburgh D this week, this shit cheating, bro.
That ain't
That
Reed.
shit cheating, bro. Oh, you play that shit cheating, bro. Pittsburgh.
Oh, I didn't even realize I played
40.
Damn.
Hey, shout out to MJD, bro. Kurt played him this week, and he got Pittsburgh D.
Yeah, big up to MJD.
They're giving you
realize
a
that.
40 wop.
He tapped in for a minute.
Damn.
Bro,
Hey.
I've offered trades for Pittsburgh. I'll give up a legitimate
Oh my
starter
God,
for
bro.
their
I got
defense.
Connor. I got Connor in some spots. Claypool, shit like that. Deontay Johnson. Bro, this Pittsburgh defense better not do it all and fuck us all up.
Pittsburgh defense is better than every
Pittsburgh
fantasy
defense can
starter
like score
on-
all the points in this game.
Hey, Pittsburgh D is better than Connor, Juju, Claypool.
That's
Big
what I'm
Ben.
saying, bro.
Oh shit! Like so, go back to where what you call it. Lockett is number one,
Yes.
and guess who number two?
Who?
DK.
EK. That's crazy.
Oh,
Both of them.
wow.
Both
Well,
of them.
shit,
Adams number 5 and missed 3-4 games. How many games he missed?
That's what I'm saying though.
That's
So,
crazy.
like I said, what I was saying earlier, if Adams didn't miss no games, he's definitely number one.
Yep.
He's
You know what I
number
mean?
one.
Lockett. Ooh. You know what's crazy is I read that 2 weeks ago. What I didn't read it, I looked it up. So yeah, technically I read it. It still didn't register with me till now. Like, oh my God. Tyler Lockett, because he goes quietly. You know what
Yeah,
I
he
mean?
does. Both of them, though. Both of Russ's
Yeah,
receivers.
well, DK, for the most part, he's loud right now. Like, DK,
But you know what's fucked up with Lockett? Like I said, bro, let's look at his game. 17, 19, 38, 5, 8, 59, and 7.
59.
If there's
So you
any
mean he
numbers
only-
that are
he-
skewed,
half of his total points is from 2 games.
if there's
But he only
any-
dropped
if
them in
there's
double
any-
digits one time.
If there's any player that numbers is skewed, it might be
It's
Lockett.
Lockett.
He's
You're
the
right.
Derrick Henry
Hey.
of receivers.
The bigger thing there is that Russ, Metcalf, and Lockett are the top at their positions damn near. And you know, I used
had
to
an
talk
offer.
shit. I used to talk shit if you got 2 receivers in the same offense. But I seen someone win with the Broncos with Peyton Manning that year. He broke it. Demarius and Emmanuel Sanders.
Hey, I got
This
one
is
back
the
in the
year
day.
you could do Lockett and
I
DK.
told you I was trying to get Lockett from Wood and had them both. I said it on the show.
This is that year. You're completely. If you lucky
won
enough
a
to play the
championship.
Russell owner in the playoffs, you good money because he's going to them.
2016, I went on the 1-2 turnaround. I was 11. I went Aaron Rodgers and then Jordy Nelson because that was the shit in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, I grabbed up Devontae Adams, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? Like, it was just insane, bro. Like, it happens sometimes. Russ, and you know why it happened that year? Because that Green Bay defense was comparable to this Seahawks.
Clay Matthews.
It's comparable though to them giving up points to opposing wide receivers. That's a key point.
Hey, you know what I would say this week? Not to cut you off, but I did cut you off. I'm sorry. Hey, this Connor has not had a game over 30 points. His highest total is 24. This is a game where Connor goes. Yeah, Connor goes for 30 or 40 this week.
I love James Conner, bro. Don't jinx him.
No, this is him. Hey, you know what's hella funny, right? Hey, look,
love him.
Hey, I heard y'all say on the Run Boys show that somebody, whoever they trade for, that person, something happens. Bro, we got a legit thing, bro. Anybody in the fantasy community, we're going to have a segment come out, and we're going to say, if Kev makes a trade, he needs to post it and let everyone know, because if you have the players he's trading for, get rid of them. They're gonna get hurt.
Oh, you like the fantasy reaper shit?
They're not gonna do nothing, bro. Hey, but on the Dallas side,
oh shit,
the fantasy Sandman.
Hey, bro, you gotta get rid of Zeke, bro.
Yeah, you
gotta get rid of Zeke.
And
you can't though. Who's gonna take him now? It's over.
No, you know what you do? You package Zeke up right now. That's what you do. Like, you can't. There's no more name value no more. That was last week. Like, when they seen it with DiNucci, oh, it was bad. Like,
no, it was over when he fumbled them 2 times.
Yeah, okay, you ain't lying.
Damn near.
So they were running wildcat and shit damn near with him, though.
And then the worst of it, you have to look at his schedule the rest of the way. Like, it's not good, too. So, like, if you can, if you can, let's see, I can't even justify it.
You can get rid of Zeke, bro. You want to hear the trade that I did in the Heart2Start League?
All right.
I gave away Zeke, Hunter Henry, and Scary Terry. I got back Swift, Lockett, and Kelsey.
Yeah, so you basically did. So Swift was the throw-in.
Yeah.
And then you sold the names. Bravo.
I mean, that's what you got to do. That's how you got to do.
You sold the names.
That's what you got to do right now.
Zeke
actually, try to give up Zeke and then go get like Dobbins or Swift right now in a little package with a receiver or something.
Get him the fuck out of there for sure. Let's jump into I'm getting Zeke the fuck out of there, bro. He got to go somehow, some way. Send it for Kelsey straight up. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
He's going to get you better numbers, bro.
It depends on your team.
It's the best tight end.
Bro.
It is, but they giving it like Mahomes going everywhere with it.
That's true. That's how you sell it then.
Kelsey, hey, Miami at Arizona, 47.5. I liked Miami to be like an upset type game this week, but I don't think I like them without Gaskin. Breida's banged up, which he could do something, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying Gaskin is the difference maker. I don't want to get that mixed up. But I don't know if I like.
I could argue that that the Cardinals coming off a bye week won't have a legitimate game plan that they planned for this whole time, because they're like, oh my God, they don't have Gaskin. They were doing this and that with Gaskin. What do we expect? We don't know what the rookie. So maybe that's what they got going for them. The likelihood, though, of that happening is very slim. So, like, yeah, I worry about Miami without Gaskin.
I mean, I would have liked Arizona even with. I mean, I like the team. I like Miami, but I think their run is just, it ain't going to keep going like this. I think eventually they're going to get hit in the mouth, and I think Arizona, the team that's going to do it. That defense is playing better than people think. It's not just the offense. The offense, sexy, Kyler and all that, but that defense is playing. They got the good rookie linebacker. They got a solid front seven. and Simmons, and then Buda Baker over there.
Buda Baker's a
Pat Pete,
beast.
they over there balling.
Yeah, I like Arizona
And they doing it without Chandler Jones too, bro.
I like him to sock him in the mouth for sure.
Vance Joseph is a product of Zimmer, bro. They send pressure and they know how to send.
And you know what? That's why this is going to be an Edmonds game. You know what I mean? This is going to be an Edmonds.
I don't disagree.
Kirk game. That's what this is going to be, I think. Let's jump into a quick question while we're on Arizona. This trade, so he has Kyler Murray. Shout out to Chris. He has Kyler Murray already as a QB. He said, should I trade Josh Allen and Diggs for Joe Mixon?
Oh, he has Kyler? Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think I
want DK.
I'm keeping Diggs. I want
DK.
If you can get DK in that, I will do that almost for DK by myself.
Don't trust
because you got Kyler.
Josh Allen.
So you'll trade Josh Allen and Diggs for DK right now. Yeah, you're right. I'll do that. The number 2 fantasy wide receiver.
If I have Kyler, oh yeah.
Do the 2-for-1.
Hell yeah.
Don't even involve Mixon and Mike Thomas. Just do the 2-for-1.
No, try to get Mixon. Try to get Mixon. Try to swiv the Mixon for sure. Don't let them know you'll do that.
Give me a 20-touch motherfucker like Mixon, bro.
Who's your other receiver?
What he gonna do? He gonna say, okay, I'll do Joe Mixon and Mike Thomas, and then you got to go. Well, what's up with DK? Let's just do it just for DK, and then he might bite on that.
Or you could also see, who are your other receivers? If you have another receiver instead of Diggs, and maybe you can do a 3-for-1, I would try to pair up Diggs and DK.
Or a 3-for-2.
Hey, I would try to get Diggs and DK, but if I got Kyler already, Josh Allen and Diggs, see who they gonna drop and say send it right now. I'll take that, bro. You got to, bro. It's essentially trading Diggs for DK. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not playing Josh Allen over Kyler Murray.
I would rather have DK. I'm on the DK side all day.
100%.
All day. We just been talking about they're 1 and 2.
He said I got D-Hop. He got Antonio Gibson, Scary Terry. Diggs gotta go, bro. Get him out of here.
Still has a bye week too. Like that's where when you're making trades this time, that could be a deal breaker.
Yeah,
get the guy that's barring injury, he's the rest of the way.
Yeah, I like that, bro. Especially if you got those other wide receivers, like bro, and then you could really woo them, and that's what we do to Swerve. You could woo them and be like, bro, I'm giving you a fucking stack. Not only am I giving you Josh Allen and Diggs, I'm giving you the double up. You know that's his number 1 receiver. He ain't going to no one else. He lead the league in targets. Come get him right now for DK, bro. You're struggling, period. That's how it's going to go right there. Hey, to finish that game off, right, how do you feel about – I feel like we really haven't seen Tua yet because the defense was playing so good that game that we didn't have to see Tua. Do you think Tua, we get to see the real Tua this game, or they try to control the game and it gets out of hand?
I definitely think he has more than 93 yards or whatever he has. He'll have a better game. I think the rookie's always going to have a better game in second game. But that defense be flying around. It's going to be tough. They're going to have some problems. And he going to have to keep pace with Kyler Murray. That's kind of going to be the problem.
I think the fact that they started him against the Rams, like, now how about this? Fuck the Rams. They started him against Aaron Donald.
Yeah, threw him in the fire.
They were willing. That shows to me that his hip is okay.
Yeah, he survived, right?
He should fucking run this game. Like matter of fact, he might even lead this team in rushing yards in this game. Because they don't have a running back to speak of right now. Like this should be, and like they should be getting boat raced, like on paper.
This is a 30-13 game right here. Arizona wins, I think.
Yeah, and like we might have a big, in fantasy wise, like a Tua breakout in fantasy.
I don't trust it. You know what I think?
I don't trust it either. I'm just saying the realm of possibility. I would go probability.
I think this is literally I think this is the perfect opportunity to see, like you said, Miami likes to send the blitz. This is the perfect opportunity to see how Edmonds changes that offense. Because if this was a game where you said Drake was playing and Arizona was playing Miami, and Miami's been playing good the way they're playing, we know that Arizona's going to give Drake those carries. So I would see a couple drives that don't go well because they try to keep the run going. The flip side, we got Edmonds that's starting. If he's going to be at all involved, it's probably going to be in getting him in space, letting him run in between the tackles here and there. But I think we get to see what the offense can do at more of the, they're already fast paced, but a little bit more of a, a pep in their step.
Nah, I fuck with Evans, and I hate that you have him in the AOB. Edmonds probably gonna go crazy these next few weeks and really try to get some money in his pockets these last few weeks. And Edmonds is nice. I've liked Edmonds all year.
I call him the Chase Bank.
Chase Payne, he been calling him the lotto ticket all year. And
I've been calling him the lotto ticket. I held on to him.
Hit the lottery
all year, and he don't hold on to nobody all year.
Bro.
He for sure had him.
Chase Bank.
I held on to Edmonds because like you said on the Run Boys earlier, bro. Like they gave Jerk the workload and he got hurt. Like they was saying that in Miami.
That's a good point from Wood. I agree. They don't really care if Tua plays good or not. They just trying to see little things out. It's kind of like when you a pitcher in the minor leagues. Let's just see if your stuff working. We're not worried about how many runs you give up. We just trying to play the game right now. And I agree with Wood. Don't expect nothing from Tua for the next 2 weeks or so.
Listen, I want to argue that a little bit. They're second in that division, so if they could pull this upset off, then they get the Jets next week. So this is kind of like show out time for Tua, and the fact that they threw him against the Rams, where he had a whole entire bye week to prepare for them, and yes, he did shit in that game. It was the entire team. Right? So that goes to show you that this entire team might not be nothing to fool with. This guy, Brandon Flores, bro, B-Flow. If you remember 2 years ago, this was a championship defense when he was there with New England. If you remember how New England was built, they're built from the back to the front as far as their defense. Shut down secondary, and then you don't even need the greatest pass rush. So you're going to get a lot of coverage sacks. Tell me that's not what it is right now in Miami. You got Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Nuke Boii, or I can't pronounce his name. At the nickel, bro. Their secondary is phenomenal.
What type of quarterback is Tua? What would you call him?
I would call him.
I would say we don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that might be their
exactly.
Their
we don't know what type of quarterback Tua is, and they just go out and they try to find
Johnny Manziel, but I ain't gonna put Johnny on him because his attitude is way better.
Right? Or not even that. What's his identity as a quarterback?
Yeah, I don't know his identity.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Kyler? Maybe they think he's Kyler.
Did he not?
He don't got the arm like Kyler.
He played under Saban, right?
Yeah. I don't like
him. He wasn't the greatest passer, and look at the receivers he had at Alabama.
But this is my point though. He played under Saban, right?
Pro style.
That yes, and product of Belichick, and what is B-Flow?
He's got great coaching around him for sure.
Yes, so I feel like. You know what really sucks? They don't have a run game to speak of. So that's the worst thing right now.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt them. Yeah, that's gonna hurt them.
So scratch everything I was about to say.
Yeah. Let's get into the last game. It's late at night, and Bogie, we appreciate you for being here. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's still in the chat.
He might jump on another live after this.
He might jump on a live after this. You know what I mean? He for sure gonna go hook that kitchen
Australia.
You know what I mean? Hey,
boys.
This is gonna be one of them games that's definitely gonna be worth watching, man. New Orleans and Tampa Bay.
Is that Sunday night or Monday night?
That's a Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Oh yeah,
Sunday night.
I got Tampa though. I'm fucking with Tampa. AB scores first game back.
AB scoring. AB scoring. Hey, you see the Bruce Arians?
He might score. He scored first drive against Miami and New England, didn't he?
And you see Bruce Arians. Hey, Bruce Arians is like, man, hey, yeah, everyone was going normal speed and he was going fast. He was going fast out there. You know what I mean? He trying to get there. Like we said on the show, bro, he out there practicing with the cryotherapy mishap on his feet. Hey, he coming to play, man.
That boy different, boy. He out there practicing in Miami in the trenches with the with the young life, but he don't care.
With the gnats and the
Bruh.
you feel me? The everything they
He's
got
running
out
from
there.
alligators, bro,
He
in the
got
water.
beans.
The most, and he's staying with Tom. He living at the
Bro,
crib with
he
his
had on the TB12 hat today. It's over.
man. He
bro.
at the crib with Tom, bro.
It's
Like
over. They running
sell
routes
Mike
right
Evans,
now. They
get
running
Mike
them right
Evans
now.
up out of
Bro.
there. You know what I mean? Hey, look, is this a sell high moment on Gronk,
No.
or
This
you ride
is-
him out?
No, this is sell high
because-
on everybody else though. On Evans, on Godwin.
Because you know why? You know why? Because Gronk, in the first time in his career, he gets unaccounted for.
Yeah,
Like
I like that.
there's so much other things going on.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here though, and I'm gonna say sell. Depend. I mean, tight ends is slim picking, so it's kind of hard.
It's probably worse
It's hard
than last year.
to say. It's hard. It's worse. It's hard to say sell Gronk, but depending on the situation where maybe you can get an Andrews and a player of your need,
Or even if you have Gronk, you might have another tight end even.
and you could shop him. But
Yeah.
I kind of look for Godwin coming back, AB in the mix, Fournette getting going, who I think is really a better player than
You
Rojo.
want Goddard or you want Gronk for the last half
I'm
of
gonna
the
take
season?
Gronk for the production right now because that we see it. You know what I mean?
Actually,
we
I
see it.
You know what? Oh, this is a hard argument.
I
Damn.
think
I
get
like
Gronk
Gronk.
out of there, bro.
I
I think
like
if your team was dependent on Mike Evans and Godwin because you got them high, I feel like it's time to sell those names. And Brady's really the only kind of guy I want over there, and maybe Fournette, bro. Honestly,
Yeah, nah, I'm kind of off all of them. I want AB and like you said, Fournette and Brady. That's really it. I mean, I'll rock with Gronk for sure because of the tight end situations, but I don't want Evans because he's no good unless he's in the red zone.
Touchdown or bust.
Unless he's in the red zone, he's no good to you. Like I want AB, I want all of AB for sure, and Brady.
look, J Love on the same page. Sell everything in Tampa except Brady.
Yeah,
That's
I was
what
about
I'm
to
saying.
say I'd rather
Everybody
have
except AB and Brady.
I'll take the cake. Fuck the icing.
Yeah,
Like, and the cake is Brady. Like,
it's Brady,
you
bro.
want all that? Just to get Brady.
It's Brady. What about? I mean, New Orleans. I mean, we all not impressed with Breeze, and I think Mike Thomas. If you haven't sold him by now, you kind of slipping, bro. Like you should have sold him.
You just roll them out then if you have them. Like if you made it
you
this
just roll them
far,
out.
yeah.
New Orleans, though, one of those teams that we talk about, though, they just find ways to win. Like I feel like they're gonna lose almost every week. When they play a good team and they just find ways to win, and you know what I'm saying, they win ugly. And they just got better with their defense. I don't know if Williamson playing yet though, but I mean not William. They get Williamson. They got Quan, so their defense got better. And so they got Jenkins over there with Lattimore. So their defense is kind of going over there. So it's going to be a good game for sure.
I think Tom comes to play when it's time to play against his foes.
When it's rivalry time,
he already beat them 34-23.
Now they're in Tampa. I
Add
think.
in AB.
They're in Tampa.
Everybody going. I'm taking the Bucks with this one. You know what I mean? All the way. And like we said, I'm selling everything. You know what I mean? Under the sun, that ain't what's the name. That ain't Brady. But shit, man, look, man, Bogey, tell them where they can find you, bro.
Rocked with us the whole time.
We're not gonna gloss over the Monday nighter, the Cam Newton versus Donald Schwarzenegger.
Shit, you right,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what? That game is so terrible. I didn't even. Put it.
No, I was saying we can. Like I just say, let's gloss over it.
Well, the Jets, right? Man, what's up with Cam? You think he's affected with the COVID?
I'd say like shit, bro. Like he hasn't came back. You know what's funny is Cam Newton is a tale of two halves. So right now, where we're in the halfway mark in the 16-week season, in reality, right? We're going into week 9. We saw 4 weeks of Cam, fucking monster, and then he gets the COVID. He's out for 2 weeks, and then the past 2 weeks, trash. And like, can we say something here? Like, if you're coming off of COVID, is it uncharacteristic to be like wounded? Like,
I think so.
I mean,
they was just talking about that on Monday. I think Kurt said that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Think of the players. Like even in other sports, there's been some baseball players that's come back.
He doesn't have any teams. He doesn't have any weapons. Like
I think about Westbrook. It went after he got COVID. When he came back, Westbrook wasn't right. when he came back from it. So I think guys is maybe kind of being a little affected with the COVID.
I think the COVID definitely has something to do with it. And you know what's fucked up? It's like that New England culture and the shit that Cam is up against with all the scrutiny. Like he had to get back out there. So even if he was feeling effects, he had to, because they're gonna call him a prima donna. They're gonna call him, why you got the hats on at the shit.
They went from hugs to Mary Jane's
on him, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you know, New England, like you said, they don't got shit out there, bro. Y'all went this long with never spending no big money on no receivers. You know what I mean? You had Tom Brady, so you had the luxury to not sign every good defensive player they have. They trade them to the Browns when they in the peak of their career. You know what I mean? Like
Belichick already made through the white flag. He already said we ain't got no bread.
Who needs a coach with tenure? Belichick might be on the way. Outro. You know
he out. He want to leave.
Yeah, they gonna leave it to McDaniels and Flounder, whatever you call it. They gonna be.
You gonna go coach the Cowboys or something?
Hey, the Jets. Shit. We ain't doing nothing on the Jets side. Honestly, you starting Harris. Are you confident in starting Harris this week, bro?
I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm comfortable starting Harris, and shit, that's it though.
And in true New England fashion, watch it be like Rex Burkhead.
Exactly. That's what I'm about to say. It was fucking Rex Burkhead.
If I was to decide between that backfield, I'm rolling out Harris.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm calling it right now. I'm about to give you the boldest prediction on the way out of the night.
Let's go.
New England loses to the Jets and Cam is cut. Hey, sorry, Cam. That's
exactly what will happen if they lost, though.
They take it for Trevor, bro.
Oh my
it's
God,
over, bro.
dude! Like
it's over.
Listen, they have too many W's to even get Trevor, bro. Like you know what though? Right. With that said, the Jets will like.
No, they got 2 wins.
No, but they might do something where Trevor does the Eli Manning and says, "Listen, we're not fucking coming there. So don't pick us because we're not coming there." You know what I mean? We got money. We'll keep this shit. So if they get that number 2, or you know what I mean, they might be taking for Trevor. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Fuck it. But look, man, Bogey, bro, we really appreciate it on the fly. Like I said, bro, anytime you need us, bro, everybody that listens to us faithfully and fuck with us, I really, 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 really encourage y'all to go follow the GMM network and go listen to what he got going on, bro. He's giving you isms, bro, and he's giving you
free game,
facts. He's giving you stats. He's giving you,
I'm giving you madness.
He's giving you madness. Like he's giving it all to you, bro. Where can they find you at, bro? Other than the GMM network on YouTube.
You can also find me at the Run Boys Fantasy Network, and you'd also find me on Spotify. The Real Fantasy Playmakers, that's our flagship show.
Playmakers.
And bro, just you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm alive, you can find me on the world, bro. The earth is my turf.
Turf is your turf, man. You feel me?
Our turf. Let's go.
You already know it's you know, anytime you need us, bro. You like family now, man. In the Heart2Start community, like I said. Embrace Tim, you know. He's in our community, we in his community, and we gonna keep it going. Brody Cortez. Hey, look, I want to say one thing on the way out too. Y'all go follow Brody Cortez on Twitter, bro. We really don't do the Twitter, but this motherfucker's a funny.
I don't really do it either. I just be bored on there talking shit. But yeah,
that's what it's about, though.
That's it. That's why I like it. I got
answer your questions if you need it. You know what I mean? Facts. Definitely gonna answer your questions, man. But, you know, we're going to give y'all that Heart2Start Saturday. Let y'all have some questions and talk some shit. You know, hop on there for a little bit. And we're gonna keep giving y'all, you know, this hot fire that we call fantasy football, you know, the people's podcast, man. You know, Heart2Start podcast. We're gonna hit them with the outro on the way. Y'all enjoy this little video of us and our people doing what we do.
Niggas on how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam. I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine. I'm on the goal line and I'm going for 6. Watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove. He was with his hoe. Had to let him know. That's your ass. You don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up. Boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch. Get off dick. Tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air. You see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit. Why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke. You get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they on some gang shit. Nigga, you's a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you's a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking lied, my niggas.
On walk, tell him free to act. Feeling free to rat. You know he told how you sleep with